Atlanta's rap community is mourning the tragic loss of Kenneth Bailey, better known as Young Scooter. On his 39th birthday, what would have been a day of celebration turned into a nightmare, all set in motion by a false 911 call that changed everything. On March 28, 2025, Atlanta police rushed to a home in response to a frantic 911 call. The caller, later identified as 31-year-old Demetrius Spence, claimed there was a violent domestic dispute, gunshots, and a woman being dragged inside, possibly with a child in danger. She insisted, "He's beating her bloodily. He dragged her back into the house."
Tell me exactly what happened.
Okay, so I'm the neighborhood watch,
Uh
and
huh.
basically like I said, these guys they're like selling drugs in and out of the house. All you see is guys coming in and out of the house with guns and stuff. They holding guns in the air, and then it's like I'm not sure if they're pimping, but it's the situation that's going on right now. This girl doesn't have on any clothes. They threw her outside. He was fighting the girl. He literally fought the girl. I'm not sure what they was fighting over. If they was fighting over drugs, that's what it sounded like. It sounded like they were fighting over drugs. Um, and then they started shooting. She had someone come over there, and they started shooting. But the house needs to be investigated. They're definitely doing they're doing illegal stuff over there, and it's
How
disturbing the
many shots
area.
were fired?
I would say three. It was three shots.
When did it happen?
It's happening now.
Okay.
So I believe the girl is hurt,
And
and
they're
that's why
coming
I
from
say
273 William Now Drive.
that's not yes. And the girl is hurt because she was like bleeding profusely, like blood everywhere.
Okay. Do you see or hear
She was
anything else?
yeah. She's trying to get away, and they're holding her. She's being held hostage. Like she's trying to. They brought her. The guy that was fighting her, she ran outside naked, and then he was fighting her outside. And then there was
Okay.
another commotion. She tried to get away. He dragged her back in the house. So now they're at the door, literally fighting. She's trying to get out. And he's refusing to let her out. And it's like seven guys in the house.
When officers arrived to the home, the scene was nothing like what was described. There was no woman in distress, no gunshots, and no evidence of the chaos Spence had reported. But the damage was already done. As police set up a perimeter, two men fled from the back of the house. One returned, but young Scooter kept running. In his desperate attempt to escape, he vaulted over two fences, suffering a severe leg injury from wood or debris. Despite officers providing aid, he died at the hospital from massive blood loss. Days later, Demetrius Spence was arrested and charged with transmitting a false public alarm, a felony in Georgia, especially when it leads to serious injury or death. If convicted, she faces up to 10 years in prison and a fine of at least $50,000. Georgia law is clear. Making a false report to 911 is not just a prank, it's a crime. When a false call leads to someone's injury or death, the punishment is severe, not just to hold the person accountable, but to set an example for others. This principle echoes an ancient truth. If a witness proves to be lying, do to them as they intended to do to the other party. The rest of the people will hear of this and be afraid, and never again will such an evil thing be done among you. Young Scooter's death was ruled an accident, but it was an accident set in motion by a lie. His family and fans are left devastated, asking why would someone make such a call and demanding justice for the unnecessary loss of life and talent. Let this tragedy serve as a warning. False accusations and fake emergency calls can destroy lives. The law is clear, and so is the lesson. Lies have consequences. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.